Well, I remember your mom sleeping in that little front bedroom.
Well, she did move there too
Oh,
after.
so there's another bedroom?
That bedroom in the, well.
Oh, the one that you walk through to go upstairs?
You walk through to go upstairs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was Mom's. So, I mean, that's the way I remember. I mean, I'm sure they had their own room before they moved there, but.
At some point?
You know, but like I said, I was 8th of 9, so by the time, and I think Mom had Aunt Judy when she was pretty late. She was in her 40s. So anyway, things were.
She said, I don't want any more kids.
That's probably true. Any other?
No.
Yeah,
Now I might have follow-up questions later.
Okay.
Tell me about the day Teresa was born.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, she was the first baby born in Springfield the year she was born, the New Year's baby. So that was exciting because we got some attention. And actually, I think you were one of the biggest babies I had.
That was almost 9 pounds.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's just exciting because it was New Year's and she was the first baby born and that was all exciting. And
But when you had your kids, they would knock you out, wouldn't they? I mean, you were put to sleep, kind of?
oh, yeah, toward the end, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't, like now, when you have a baby, they put the baby right on top of
Oh,
you.
no, we never
You
had
get to
that.
see it.
Oh,
immediately.
no, they would bring it back to you. You know.
I was the cutest, right?
She's putting words in my mouth.
Her
You were
prerogative.
cute, that's for sure. The thing of it is, you gotta remember, the biggest surprise of anything was the twins.
Right.
Because I had no idea I was having them. I had no idea I was having twins. Until, you know,
You woke up?
until I was awake before they were actually completely born because I'll never forget, they said, that you were born first, right? Yeah, and it's like he's gonna remember.
Well, that's how the story goes.
Yeah, so anyway, and then, so they bring him over and hand him to me, and then they go around and say, yep, there's another one, and so then Keith was born. But I mean, that was the first verification, for sure, that there were twins there. They didn't tell me until I was in labor that that's what they thought was going to happen.
Oh, okay, so Teresa wasn't your most memorable birth, it was me and Keith.
Well, of course. I didn't know I was going to have twins, and they tell me, yep, there's another one there, and I'm thinking, what the heck? And I had no preparation for having 2 babies. By the time Teresa came along, I was kind of, I was used to it, because I had Stephen, and then I had Teresa after you guys. I had 2 other pregnancies, plus the ones before, so I was kind of...
You're an old pro by then.
Since you were in Springfield when you had your kids, who would come and help you when you were...
Well, my Grandma would come down after I had the baby, and then she would be there to take care of whoever, was at the house, plus, help me too. But, so I only had Peter when I lived in St. Louis, and so Mom was there to help me, And then when we moved to Springfield, then I had Carol, so I never had, they always would come. Mom would come down to take care of me.
Did she get along with Dad?
Oh, yeah.
When she was staying with you guys?
Yeah. They knew how to get along with each other. I mean, he knew how to get along, and he knew what Mom was going to want to do. So, no, they were fine.
Did she ever complain about I mean, not complain, but a lot of people act like when their mother comes around, not that you ever did this, but, and so maybe she didn't either, but they always are, like the mother's on them about they're not cleaning right, or
Oh,
they're not
no.
raising their kids right, or they're
No,
not
she
cooking right.
never-
She never did any of
We
that.
never had that kind of relationship. Nothing was ever said like that. I mean, I knew, because I knew what my mom, I knew her standards, and so I never tried to, if there was something I knew, I didn't bring anything up that would cause a stir, and I just tried to, especially while she was there, I just tried to let things go. And Dad, he learned how to get along with her, because I knew that she could have been very aggravating to him but he was, I told him, I said, I didn't want that kind of a thing. And so he was very good about not causing any, he just went along. She was only there for a little while, you can put up with any, you know what I mean? If
Do you remember Grandma being at the house?
No.
No.
She wasn't there that much. And, either was his mom and dad either, because, we didn't live in the same city with them for most of the time. So we never really did have any problems.
Did you get along with your mother-in-law?
Oh, sure. Yeah, she was nice. And we, like I said, because we lived away from them all the years, there was never any friction, more or less. I was never that, his dad was okay, nice man, I guess, but not someone you could get close to or anything like that. He was kind of reserved, And he had you knew what you could do and what you couldn't do around him, and they would tell you, no, and so you just I just sat and kind of stayed didn't get involved that much. But we weren't there that long, so around him, we were gone most of the time, so never really had a close relationship with him. But nothing bad happened.